We first met Salisbury author Andrew Heller back in 2016. At the time, he was working on the latest installment of a children's series called Samuel Smythe. And since then, he has written 3 more books.
His latest is called The Ondines of French Camp. And guess who joins us this afternoon to tell us more about this intriguing novel? Thank you so much for stopping in, Andrew.
Thank you for having me. Yeah, it's good to see you again.
I want to ask you about this.
Yes.
In a second. We just heard from Stephanie.
Yes.
What kind of things did you draw from her?
Oh my goodness. I think the biggest thing that I get from Steph is confidence in myself.
Yeah?
Yep. She is someone who is able to lift you up and make you believe in yourself again. And that is probably the greatest gift that I've ever gotten from Stephanie.
Wow. That's wonderful and so important too.
Yeah, oh it is. Oh it is. She's a remarkable individual and such a good soul.
So how did you get into writing books?
My degrees are in theater. I'd always loved working with young people in theater and doing a lot of different adaptations with children's books into turning into scripts for plays for kids to act out or for adults to act out for kids or that kind of thing. So writing always came naturally. I started writing the Samuel Smythe series out of a dark time. It was a custody issues with my ex over my kid, and I wanted to give him an example of divorced parents who actually got along, which we actually get along now. So it all turned out really nice, and it's all a good happy thing. But that was the impetus. I didn't think I would be able to write an actual book, but it turned into a book, and then I brought it to Steph, and she turned it into more than a book, or actual book, and then I did 2 more of those and started writing other things.
Is that a huge sense of accomplishment?
It is. It really is. To be able to get all those thoughts, all those feelings, all those ideas, and put them to actual paper and share them and get them out there, it's an amazing accomplishment, to tell these stories.
Yeah. And the latest one, The Ondines.
The Ondines of French
Camp. Mm-hmm. Well, tell us, what is that about?
It is a man named Randy who is trying to figure out his place in the world, why he acts the way he does, why he makes the mistakes that he constantly makes over and over again. He's getting ready to deliver a eulogy for a great aunt, and he's reminiscing over 14 other family funerals he had been to, and the 5 generations and their stories, and putting them together, and all the good things and the wonderful things about these people in our history that we just absolutely love. But they do some very ugly and awful things too, and trying to reconcile those things and find that we do those same things. And he's a gay man growing up in the South in the 60s, 70s, 80s, which also has a lot of racial implications. Right. And a lot of homosexuality was either a joke or a very ugly, dark thing that you kept hidden. And then how do you have role models and grow up to be a good person when that's all you know? Mm-hmm. And that's a lot of what Randy's dealing with. But he always has these women and all these other people and all these family, like the Ondines, calling him back to himself, telling him, you are who you are, be you, be you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so let me ask you this. You were saying that Samuel Smythe came from a dark place in your life.
Uh-huh.
Where did this come from?
I think trying to put light on the other dark areas of people's lives that don't have to be so dark. They're not, you know. We need to celebrate the good things, and we need to recognize the bad things in order to be the whole thing that we are. Mm-hmm. And as people, I think as a country, as anybody, we have to recognize the good and the bad in who we are.
Yeah.
Or we don't grow.
Yeah. Good point.
Well, the name of the book is The Ondines of French Camp, and it is available through Saltwater Media.
It is, and at your local bookstores, Greyhound bookstore in Berlin, or any other local bookstore. You can ask your bookstore owner to order it.
We're out of time, but let me ask you real quick, have you got anything else in mind coming?
Yes, Mama Cha-Cha School for Girls.
Oh.
What is it? Proper grooming and etiquette.
Okay. Is this a part 2 to the one that you wrote previously?
There you go.
All right, Andrew, thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
So good to see you.